is Edoardo Puglisi. I'm an associate professor of agricultural microbiology from Università Cattolica del Sacro Cuore in Piacenza, Italy, and I'm leader of WP6 of Minagris. So WP6 is quite a complex work package, I would say, with different objectives. We are organized into 3 different tasks where we are generally looking at the fate and final destination of different kinds of plastics studied into the project. So basically we got a first task where the objective is about finding out what are the disaggregation and the degradation processes of plastics. And this is indeed a relevant issue because we often think about degradation, okay, the fact that the plastic may be degraded, especially the bioplastic one, which is a good thing, but then we have to think about the disaggregation effect. And the disaggregation effect is about getting smaller and smaller particles, and this means that you can eventually end up with micro and even nanoplastics that we well know that have got a higher toxicological and ecotoxicological effect. So this is about the first task. The second task is a little bit more about microbiology in terms of impact and destination. So we're going to study a little bit more the degradation process through bacteria. We're going to work with some isotope labeled plastic, and this is quite a nice approach because in this way we can identify exactly which are the main microbes which are affected and eventually degrading the plastics. And we are also carrying out some research about the whole microbial communities that are living on the surface of the plastic to understand more, and for example to understand if they are also involved in pollutants degradation, antibiotic resistance, and so on. Finally, the third task, as you can see, is quite a multidisciplinary work package we got here, is about the transport that is being carried out by animals in the soil, small animals, arthropods, earthworms, and so on. So we're going to see how do they affect the transport in the soil, and we're also going to see if there's some kind of impact, for example, in the gut or even in the microbiome of these animals, and even the aerial transport. For example, in my group there is entomologist colleagues that are working on bees, and we are even see if bees can be used on one side as indicator of plastic pollution, and on the other if they've got a main role eventually in transporting plastic around. Well, the main outputs, I think we're going to understand more about the degradation and disaggregation of different kinds of plastic. We're going to end up with a knowledge of the microbial communities that are involved in the plastic and degradation, and we're going to also end up with a collection of bacteria and fungi with an ability to degrade plastic, which is not one of the main aims of the Minagris, but is indeed quite an interesting part. And then finally, we're going to understand a little bit more not only the impact on soil animals, but also the role that the soil animal are playing in transport. So I think there's going to be a number of interesting expected impacts, and I hope also that this can be rather new and original, because there is a lot of research on plastic going on, of course, in Minagris and elsewhere, and this, I believe, are quite advanced and interesting outcomes that we could get. Working together with many different expertise, for example, having all the communication people, all the stakeholders. This is probably helping us more to make a difference, because it's not all about publishing our results and getting, which is the main thing that we have to do and give the solidity of our work, but most probably there's going to be a better outreach. So we need to understand more what is happening with the plastic, also with the bioplastic, because there are serious alternatives, but we also have to address better what is happening in the terrestrial environment. So I think there will be information that at least will be very useful for policy advisors, for stakeholders, and for general